Now, General Secretary of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association, David Tinkranchum, says the remuneration due workers who contributed immensely to the fight against COVID-19 were not paid. He says the additional 50% allowances on their basic salaries, that's per month for a 4-month period starting from March 2020, and other assurance benefits the government promised have also not been paid. Speaking on the probe on the JoyNews channel on Sunday, he stressed that even the 50% basic salary that was supposed to be advanced to those who took care of the COVID-19 patients, most of them health workers, did not get it.
I'm happy you have raised this. We have myriad of challenges. It was never paid.
It was never paid?
Majority of the people didn't get it. I know several people that nurses and doctors who died and their relatives never got the insurance. Okay, and even those who fell sick, because you see, don't forget that the insurance was in stages. I mean, those who were severely ill, who ended up at ICU, and those who died. I'm telling you that majority of nurses and midwives never received it. Even the 50% basic salary that was supposed to be advanced to those who were taking care of our COVID patients, most of them didn't get it. Okay, so you see, we are challenged with a lot of things. And if things continue this way, okay, it will not augur well for that is why people are leaving. Let me fact, several nurses and midwives are leaving this country. And it's even the more reason why it is imperative for government to even look at the condition of service for nurses and midwives. Apart from this cola business that we are talking about, nurses and midwives are leaving. When the pandemic broke out, several people in the United Kingdom who were nurses decided to even resign from the NHS. And because of Brexit, some nurses also have left the UK to other jurisdictions.
The association has since added its voice to the labor unions demanding for cost of living allowance. Let me share extracts of a statement released by the association to that effect. And it reads, the leadership of the NAM Ghana seeks to add our voice. That's the National Association of Registered Midwives Ghana. We seek to add our voice to the ongoing concerns of various unions advocating for an immediate implementation of at least 20% of cost of living allowance for public sector health service workers, which include midwives, in order to make workers feel at ease in these difficult times. NAM Ghana, which has the best interest of all midwives at heart, especially their welfare, implores its members to remain calm and have faith in the leadership, who is making a lot of efforts to engage with the Trade Union Congress and the government to improve the standard of living. In order to prevent more industrial strikes, the leadership is urging government to pay the COLA to all employees in the public sector immediately. And it is signed by Harrison Ampabing, who is General Secretary, and Mary Fusu, National President of the National Association of Registered Midwives, Ghana. Meanwhile, the Ghana Medical Association, like other members of the organized labor, doctors say doctors and health workers have equally been hit by the current economic hardships, highlighting the plight of the doctors. Dr. Bayo, who is General Secretary of the association, says doctors are struggling, buying from the same market, buying the same fuel without fuel coupons from government, adding that doctors have parked their cars and are now getting on board trotro because they can no longer afford fuel.
Before I tell you what the cost of living to our members is, as a union leader, let me help my colleague a little just by explaining what the COLA is. And I should put it on record that the GMA have also made that demand for the COLA. We are part of a bigger group called the Forum, and the Forum has requested for COLA.
Are you also asking for 20% or more than 20%?
All of us are singing the same song. And we had wished that government would have started with us much earlier to negotiate and discuss this. But if you look at the technical definition of a cost of living allowance, it's not a normal salary. It's a salary or an allowance given to a worker because of some special situations. It could either be that the worker lives in a particular area where the cost of living there is higher than normal across the country, or there is a situation within the country that has made the worker's salary worse off. So it's usually a temporary allowance. It's not expected to be a permanent feature on our pay slips, but it's to cushion us for the period that we find ourselves in. And the history in this country has demonstrated that successive past governments, where we've had very serious difficulties, have given this cost of living to labor unions or the labor workforce to help us survive. Okay. When we went for the IMF in the very last one before this, there was a cost of living allowance. And it was just a recognition that when your economy goes so bad, the person on salary, people even struggle to get transportation to work because your salary can no longer take you to work and back. There are people who have parked their vehicles, are using commercial vehicles, and even then it's very difficult. So this is just to cushion us for that period. So government should have met with us much earlier to negotiate a temporary allowance for a particular period that they think the economy will return back to normal, so that it cushions the ordinary worker. This is all that we are asking for. And yes, as I mentioned, the GMA, doctors are like anybody else in this country. We are also struggling.
Meanwhile, Labour consultant Austin Game is advising government to negotiate with striking teachers to look for alternatives that will satisfy all parties and not create problems for the country. He spoke on the AM show.
We've gotten to a junction that we have to be very careful as a people and as a nation. The past, anything good in the past, let's bring it up here now. Anything that is of no help, let's leave it there. In the past, when we had a similar situation, but not this gargantuan level of inflation and related matters, the employer, government then, quickly organized a national and comprehensive national dialogue at home, and almost all the unions were present, and other players were all present. I was there myself. We had a very open-ended type of conversation based on our labor law, because the law enjoins the employer to have an open dialogue with his own workers when you have matters of this nature. To the extent that it also opens that if you have a situation like this, go carry the economic situation and the welfare of the people under section, I believe, 113 subsection C. The importance of it should be openly discussed, and you arrive at a decision that will satisfy both of you. This is a lot more heavier a burden than that of 2015. Yet that was what they did. So it's getting a little too late, but I'm happy they're opening up for a dialogue maybe on Tuesday, just tomorrow. I wonder the format, but now that the Labour Commission has been maybe put in place, they may offer some help, because I know my friends who are there have the level of capacity to be able to guide the conversation. If they can do that well, fine. Otherwise, we are heading for some trouble.